So, monetizing values. Um, we can force democracy down China's throat, but we could sell it to them. There's always, that's the catch 33. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, although I have no idea why you would want to skin a cat. That's just terrible. There's always more than one way to achieve a goal. And what does success mean to you? What is the goal? And that's fucking sad that I run into different people, and especially as a behavioral psychologist, I can quite often look and see whatever I need to know just by looking at a picture. I could see. I went to the VA today. I went in, right, and I was coming out of the parking lot, and there was this group of 3 people standing in front of the Fisher House by the parking lot, right, and I walked past them. I walked all the way to the end of the block past them, but I just had that voice of God tell me, go back and talk to him. Go back and talk to him. Because trust me, I've gone through thinking I was crazy too. Trust me. I've considered that possibility. But that's why it's faith, okay? Because that voice has panned out so many times. Again. And it's worked out. The fact that I have even created this United Marketing Cooperative operation that is fucking massive will impact the elections, will flip the ladder of economics. Those that have been at the bottom rung, if you're good and you're willing to work for it, bam, you just flipped the ladder. Because I'm given the answers and the vehicle with the answers to the test, and I'm even tutoring. Because the culture's got to change. I have had tons of money and I have had no money. I have made nearly $200,000 a year in my 20s, early 30s, whatever. And I have been homeless and hungry, cracking an egg into ramen for the uptillionth, billionth, gazillionth time so that I can have protein in my diet. I get it. But I've always done my best. Always. My opinion is not for sale. I am smarter than average, even post lobotomy. I actually think I'm certain. I'm even significantly smarter now. And you know what? Part of it, absolutely, I have utmost faith that part of it is God. Part of it is training, and part of it's nature. And I'm giving you the 3-man stack. Because I don't want to be the one that sets the example. I hated being the kid in school that busted the bell curve. I hated that I had nobody to look up to. I looked up to fantasies. I looked up to strong movie characters. I looked up to Angelina Jolie. And hey, I'm putting it out into the universe. I want to work with you too because I want to partner with Got Your Six. I want to leverage Got Your Six to influence positively, completely change the perception of heroes, because calling us a hero is shameful, and it is the burden of a weight we don't carry. We are not heroes. We are the sullied. We are the ones that survived. The heroes are the ones that died to keep us alive. And that is why contrition is necessary. Because things like stolen valor even happens. Because we live in a culture, in a society, where that actually gets away with it. No. Yeah, I am so fucking stoked to see that people are starting to take videos and photographs and stuff, but you know what? If they fucking want attention, then let's give them all the attention they want. I saw a couple of videos of like a soldier. I saw this one dude, a soldier went up. He seemed a lot like an officer, and he also was clearly nervous and such too. But he fucking was calling the dude out. I mean, and then because we know each other. Hey man, what unit? Yeah, where were you at? You know, I mean, we know each other. And when you fucking fail those questions, it's like misspelling your own name. So if you want attention, first of all, everybody pull out their camera. If anyone sees anybody else being called out for stolen valor, and please, dear God, call them out. Because you know what? If we're a veteran, and you're not approaching us like we're heroes, you're approaching us like we're the anti-hero humans that we are, we're probably gonna be totally cool with talking with you. Just don't ever ask a veteran something they don't volunteer. Because if they don't want to talk about it, there's a fucking reason. But yeah, dude, I mean, fuck, my family's awesome, yo. Approach us like a good human to a good human, and we're good about it. If anybody's fucking overcompensating with attitude or whatever, otherwise, first of all, red flag. Even if you're a fucking civilian, that should be a red flag. Because if a veteran's having that much of a bad day, you're gonna want to get the fuck out of the way. And they're probably not gonna be addressed. But, you know, whatever. Oh my God, the woman in my building. Okay, so there's serious injury, brain damage, all that kind of stuff, right? And here I am constantly being the best I could be, you know, and it's funny because, again, it's February, 1 year after my seriously fucked up Orisman incident that caused me to have a mental breakdown and possibly permanently have issues that are untreatable with the respiratory. But that's a story for another time, because I'm picking on somebody else right now. Okay. Yeah, I need to smoke a second too. Wow. See, one reason why I am a firm supporter of copious amounts of free weed to vets is because being high never did anything wrong to anybody. The worst case scenario, you sit your ass and couch lock and you don't do the fucking nothing. But you know what? You're also not fucking in your head, right? The fucking downside of weeds is laziness and the munchies. Wow, cars are more dangerous than that, and yet we license them to children. Weed. What did a friend say? Get right. I'm like, what? I'm a better person when I smoke. The voices in my head are quieter. And don't try and play the, crazy voices in your head shit, because I went down that road with my shrink too. I'm like, but I hear all these voices. Well, are they your voice or are they someone else's voice? And then, oh my God, well, you know, actually what's happening is our mind is obsessively replaying certain events, even to the degree that we adapt perceived monologue of what a person might say to continue the vein. I'm not crazy. I've just been through a lot. And nature, faith, and psychology, with love being the fulcrum that is God. God is in us all. The devil's in us all too. We are all made in God's image, and we are all capable of very dark gray and very light white. But you know what? It's all about balance. Because night cannot be without day. Black cannot be without white. Otherwise, it would just be like, what if you have nothing to compare something to? That's what's something that is so overwhelming about this experience. There is nothing to compare me to. Doctors knew that when I fucking lived. Yeah, good job. Woo! And I gotta give it to my docs. Thank you. Thank you. My docs did an amazing job keeping my body alive. But guess what? I'm not my body. I'm not my body. I'm not my experiences. And neither are you. And neither is God. God's not some man limited by labels that, I mean, look at how small our minds have been. God isn't a part of all of us, and together all of us create God and the devil. Because I believe God is an action. I believe God is that spark of life, that action, that moment of unconditional love, that ultimate sacrifice, that action right there, that very thing that is so important, but becomes so rare. That we kill ourselves. Because when there's no light to draw us, the voices in our head fucking convince us it's not worth it. I'm sorry, but if you were really all that, veterans wouldn't be dying to get away. Think about that.